I stood in our living room, the Christmas tree's lights casting a warm glow. But my wife's eyes were colder than the snow piling up outside. For weeks, Sarah had been a ghost in our home, her gaze sliding past me like I was invisible. That night, as I clutched a small, velvet box, her sudden smile when I offered it felt like a knife twisting in my chest. We'd been married 7 years, our love once a wildfire that warmed every corner of our lives. Sarah's laugh used to fill our small apartment, her touch a steady anchor through my long hours as a paramedic. But this past year, something shifted. She stopped asking about my shifts, stopped leaving notes on the fridge, stopped reaching for my hand. At first, I blamed her new job at the law firm, late nights, endless emails. I'd come home to find her texting, her phone angled away, her face lit by a secretive glow. Work, she'd mutter, but her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I wanted to believe her, but doubt crept in like frost on a window pane. By December, the distance between us was a chasm. She'd spend evenings out with colleagues, her perfume lingering in the air long after she'd gone. I'd lie awake, the bed too big without her, wondering when I'd become a stranger in my own marriage. Then came the text I wasn't meant to see. I'd grabbed her phone to check the weather, and there it was, a message from Mark Esq. Can't wait to see you tonight. Same place. My stomach dropped, the words searing into my mind. I scrolled, my hands shaking, uncovering months of messages. Dinners, hotel rooms, promises of soon. Each word was a betrayal, carving out pieces of the life I thought we had. Christmas Eve was my breaking point. I'd planned to confront her, to demand the truth, but she barely acknowledged me, her eyes fixed on her phone as she sipped wine by the fire. Sarah, I said, my voice raw. What's going on with us? She shrugged, her lips tight, and turned away. The dismissal stung worse than any argument. I left the room, my heart pounding, and grabbed the gift I'd hidden. A necklace, a delicate silver chain with a pendant shaped like the star we'd wished on during our honeymoon. I'd saved for months, hoping it might remind her of who we were. When I walked back in, the velvet box in my hand, her face changed. Her eyes widened, her lips parted, and she stood, suddenly soft, reaching for me. Is that for me? She asked, her voice warm for the first time in months. I froze, the room tilting. This wasn't love, it was guilt, a performance. I saw it clearly now. She thought the gift was her salvation, a sign I hadn't noticed her lies. Who's Mark? I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. Her face crumpled, the mask slipping. She stammered. It's not what you think. But her hands trembled, betraying her. The truth spilled out in fragments. She'd been seeing Mark, her boss, for 6 months. It started as late-night talks, then dinners, then more. She swore she still loved me, that it was a mistake, but her words felt hollow, like echoes in an empty house. I set the velvet box on the table, unopened, and walked to the door. I wanted to save us, I said, my voice breaking. But you broke us first. I left, the snow crunching under my boots, the cold air burning my lungs as I drove to a motel. The necklace left behind like a relic of a life that no longer existed. The days that followed were a blur of heartbreak and clarity. I moved out, found a small apartment, and started piecing myself back together. Sarah called, left voicemails filled with tears, but I couldn't go back. The trust was gone, shattered like glass underfoot. I heard later that Mark had left her too, his promises as empty as hers. I didn't feel vindicated, only hollow. Love, I learned, can be a fragile thing, built on trust that crumbles when betrayed. As I sit alone now, the winter wind howling outside, I wonder if I'll ever trust again. Or if some wounds are too deep to heal.